Kyle Montgomery here, welcoming you inside our NFL Network newsroom with breaking news out of the Bay Area Saturday as the 49ers have agreed on a 3-year deal with longtime adversary Richard Sherman that'll pay the 5-time Pro Bowl corner $39 million with a $5 million signing bonus. For more on this, we want to welcome in NFL Network's Tom Pelissero. And Tom, this thing kind of escalated pretty quickly. Sherman arrived in San Francisco Friday, had dinner, took a physical Saturday, and here we are Saturday evening, and he's reached an agreement to join the 49ers. How this thing progressed in the last 24 hours or so?
Well, it seems apparent that Richard Sherman had a number in his head that he was hoping to hit financially, in addition to all the other boxes that he wanted to check. The 49ers got him to the point where he felt comfortable not taking a second visit. Now, remember, Sherman acting as his own agent here, so he was his own advisor. He was the one driving this deal, and he was the one actually in active negotiations with the 49ers. I was told earlier today he had multiple teams reach out to him. The Detroit Lions were his next stop. He was planning to go there, meet with Matt Patricia, Bob Quinn and company. Instead, he takes the deal from the 49ers. As Ian Rappaport reported, 3 years, $39 million, $5 million to sign. We'll see what the exact structure of that contract is, but certainly it seems as if Sherman, who was due $11 million from Seattle before they cut him, gets back at least a good chunk of that money.
You mentioned the meeting that he had scheduled with Matt Patricia and company in Detroit. And curious from Sherman's standpoint, why not explore the market and maybe see if you can make a little more money? Is this an indication of the interest in terms of his market, or was this an indication of this just being the right fit for him in his career?
Well, I know what he told me yesterday. We were texting back and forth, and he said that his criteria for his next spot were a great fit, a team with a great quarterback, and a place where he felt comfortable. The great quarterback criteria with Jimmy Garoppolo fits the 49ers for the first time in at least the past several years. That's been a game changer for them. Even after signing Garoppolo to that massive contract, they still had upwards of $60 million in salary cap space. That gives them some maneuverability. I expect that they are going to be very active in the first wave of free agency, even heading into this week. And now Sherman, as you mentioned, gets a couple of cracks every year at Doug Baldwin and company going up against his old team, the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, that should be fun to see. Can't wait for that. But Sherman pointed out on social media the other day that how he's ranked #1 in picks, passes defense, opposing quarterback completion percentage since he entered the league in 2011. So the numbers don't lie, but there is the concern with his Achilles missing the last 7 games of last season. What's the level of concern with San Francisco in terms of his injury? I know you had to pass a physical, obviously.
Right, and different teams, you can pass somebody on a physical. They just want to get comfortable. If there's not going to be any further setbacks, if there's not some kind of an issue with the Achilles. When I asked Sherman earlier this week about his health, not only does he have the torn Achilles, but Pete Carroll mentioned at the Combine a couple of weeks ago that Sherman has had a procedure on his other Achilles. Well, Sherman kind of laughs about that. He said it was a bone spur that he had to get shaved off. It had been bugging him for several years, so he was actually happy. He was excited just to go ahead and get that taken care of. Sherman told me, I'll be back on the field by June, which gives him plenty of clearance, if he's right, for training camp and the regular season.